Hi, I'm Kaylin, your abundance coach. I'm also co-founder of the Golden Flow system of accelerated well-being and abundance. I have been helping people for over 15 years to make their lives more abundant, whether that means to have more financial abundance, whether it means to have love or marriage in their lives, whether it means to have their own business, or whatever it is that is going to make their experience abundant. Today, I want to talk to you about some of that inner abundance that you have and that you really want to bring out so that you can live abundance in whatever form you would like. So, I strongly believe that within us, we all have a great amount of innate wisdom. A lot of spiritual schools talk about the fact that this life is a journey with no destination. A lot of spiritual schools or spiritual teachers will also say that there are no such things as lessons because you already know everything you need to know. You're really just developing yourself. You're getting to know yourself. You're expanding and becoming the next version of yourself. When you look at all of that, the suggestion that comes forward is really this idea that you can go to school and learn calculus or something like that, but that doesn't really affect what you're really after in life and who it is that you're really becoming. It doesn't have any direct consequence relative to the destiny you're going to live or who you're going to marry or, those kinds of things. In other words, the things that are so much more meaningful to us perhaps are already within us. The things that are so much more meaningful aren't necessarily about learning the right thing so much as they are about connecting with the right part of ourselves. Given this ideology, I strongly believe that when we look inside of ourselves and we find who we really are and we find what it is that we really need to know, want to know, or what's going to make us happy, then we tap into a fountain of youth, except instead of youth, it's a fountain of knowledge, a fountain of wisdom. I'm sure you feel that way too, that you know that within you there are the answers you need to know, and I know you may just not know how to get there kind of thing. Well, one of the most important ways to get there is really to connect with yourself. Be sure that you know how you're thinking, how you're feeling, what your actions are like. Your energy, it's good to know your energy too, but if that's too advanced, it doesn't matter. You don't have to know it. But just being in touch with yourself is so important. When you're in touch with yourself and you're in touch with your needs, what you need mentally, what you need emotionally, what you need physically, not things that are ego-based, but things that are authentic, things that are true to who you really are, to the more loving version of you, to the more abundant version of you, the more joyful version of you, then you can really tap into so much innate wisdom. For example, when I was pregnant, instead of reading What to Expect When You're Expecting, which seems like the #1 book most pregnant women read, I didn't. I actually went out of my way not to read anything. I went out of my way not to hear any advice kind of thing, because I wanted to look within. I wanted to know what I needed to do to be the best mom I could with my new baby. I wanted to know how best to take care of her, how best to do everything from putting her in bed alone, not putting her in bed alone, when to feed, not to feed. All of these things that seem like it would make sense to find out what so many people before us have done. But the thing is, so many people before us haven't done me and my child in this example. They have not had any experience with my unique energy, my unique personality, and my child's. So I thought to myself, no, I'm going to really tap into what's right for us. When you tap into yourself and you tap into what's right for you, one of the things that happens is you set off on a course where you can be regret-free. And that's not to say that you won't make mistakes. It doesn't matter what we do, whether we do things the right way, our way, or some other way. We always make mistakes. But regret comes in when we do something that we then realize we did for the wrong reasons, like we did it for inauthentic reasons, or we did something that was according to someone else, not according to us. This is your life. You really want to live it according to you. According to you, you probably have a feeling and thoughts and senses about, dreams about having perhaps more money, perhaps having the greatest love in your life, perhaps having a great place to express yourself, loving what you do. These are things that truthfully we all have. We all have the desire for these, and we can all reach them. The way we really get to them is by looking at ourselves. And that's really what I call the law of self. When you're living according to yourself, you're living by what's right for you in your heart. Again, in your love, in your creativity, in your wisdom. You just want to be careful. You don't want to live by your anger. You don't want to live by your revenge. You don't want to live, you don't want to go lower vibrating. You don't want to come from a place of depression, a place of jealousy. That's not who you really divinely are. It's not who you truly are. So instead, when you really come from your heart, you really tap yourself into that place of your own abundance. Your own abundance brings you abundance in all the forms that you desire. All the forms that are going to make you uniquely happy. Because what's going to make you happy is different than what's going to make me happy, which is different than what's going to make a third person happy. We're all unique. Therefore, if you want to make sure that law of attraction is working as effortlessly for you as possible, as greatly as possible, bringing you as much as possible, then the number one thing you need to do is abide by yourself, or the law of self. Really listen to you. Because when you're being you and you're listening to you the way I did with my daughter, I had a great experience with her. I'm very happy with the way she's turned out. We did everything just right because I feel so good about it and I don't have any regrets. I actually feel really great about it. And one of the things that I love talking about is parenting, because I really feel like I have a lot to offer. And a lot of that has to do with telling people to listen to themselves. So if you want that kind of experience, where law of attraction brought me endless, wonderful experiences and continues to with my daughter, if you want law of attraction to bring you endless, wonderful experiences, endless, wonderful things, then be sure to have your energy in the highest vibrating place, yourself. Not your thoughts, not someone else's thoughts, not someone else's ideas. Sure, you can read someone else's ideas or find out about someone else's ideas, but keep the ones that resonate with you, and then let the rest flow, because you really want to be in the flow of yourself. You really want to be in that flow of abundance. And that flow doesn't include holding on to other people's ideas, holding on to the way you should be, what you should do. No, it's all about what's right for you in your heart, what's right for you in your soul. Then law of attraction sees a much higher vibrating energy when that's where you're coming from and that's what's active in you. And you are in a much higher vibrating flow. And then law of attraction can bring you so many more things effortlessly. Now, that does include shifting your energy, making sure your energy is really with yourself in the highest vibrating places. And for that, I always recommend my golden flow system. And if you watch other videos, I have some other videos where I even do some golden flowing with you. So you can certainly go to my website and purchase a process, but you can also find information and processes on YouTube. So either way, make sure to get your energy in the flow, because getting in the flow is real simple. I'm sort of a shortcut lady. I don't believe in long sessions of trying to figure out why you attracted something necessarily. I don't believe in trying to figure out why this is happening to you or trying to put positive energy on top of that, a positive thought. I believe in actually having your energy in the flow. And tapping into the now moment and tapping into the flow can be rather quick and rather effortless as well. And so the golden flow will teach you to do it in 3 simple steps. You welcome things, you allow or embrace or experience them, and then you let them flow. And that'll put you in the flow. So if you have problems hearing yourself, if you have problems knowing what you need, what you're thinking, knowing what you are going to need to make you feel happy genuinely, knowing what you need to do for your body to be healthy and happy kind of thing, then be sure to get in the flow with it, because it's so important to listen to yourself. You really have so much wisdom, and you have access to so much wisdom. Whether you can access something higher like your guides, or even if you can't, it's something that you can learn to do, and it's something that you'll naturally do in the flow. And the most important part is, whether it's your guides, whether it's your own innate wisdom, whatever it is that you might call it, when you know what's right for you, then you are in a place of clarity, a place of great wisdom. And can you imagine what wonderful things clarity and wisdom attract with law of attraction? Of course, that's really the kind of attracting you're after, because then doing something like a vision board or an affirmation or a manifesting technique, and I love manifesting techniques, but doing those when you have clear energy means you'll get results. You'll get very powerful results. At that point, you get to play as a co-creator. There's nothing better than having the clarity and wisdom as to what's going to really bring you happiness, what's really going to help you be who you want to be, help you feel the way you want to feel, and having the tools to do it. Well, in the flow, it's effortless. It's just effortless with law of attraction. So make sure that you get yourself in the flow, because then techniques work, then law of attraction really works. And those things aside, in clarity and wisdom, you tend to be so much happier. You tend to be in so much more of a wonderful, joyful place. And those things, my friend, I call the riches of life. I think that if you have those things, money's there too, and you have the riches, because it's not just about money. There are so many other riches. I'm Kaylin, your abundance coach. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope that I really got you thinking about and wanting to tap into your own innate wisdom, because I guarantee that when you really tap into yourself and you're in the flow of your own wisdom, you're going to tap into abundance as well. Thank you again for joining me today.